After watching Madhuri Dixit's Ma Behan, I had a deeply uncomfortable realization. People are calling it a dark comedy. To me, it felt like a social documentary because buried underneath this film is a very ugly truth, especially for beautiful, independent, successful women. The truth nobody talks about. In this society, a woman cannot live alone in peace. Yes, I said it. Especially if she is attractive, well dressed, successful, or simply wants to live life on her own terms. People begin to see a woman who lives alone as less of a human being and more of a public property. Why does she live alone? Not a question, an investigation. Why is she always so well put together? Not a concern, a character assessment. There must be something going on. Judgment without evidence. She seems loose in character. Punishment without a crime. Men begin to feel entitled to access. Society begins to feel entitled to explanations. And women begin to believe that surveillance is their responsibility. And God forbid that the woman is beautiful too, then obsession begins. In Ma Behan, Rekha wears a sleeveless blouse. That's it. That's the crime. That's the evidence. For the moral court of the colony, the bare arms of a widow are enough to secure a conviction. The most dangerous part, what happens if she says no? Reject advances and she's arrogant. Refuse harassment, she's rude. If she speaks up, she's a drama queen. Smiles and she's available. And the most dangerous part, what happens if she says no, rejects advances? Then she is arrogant. If she refuses harassment, she is rude. If she speaks up, she's a drama queen. If she smiles, she's available. If she minds her own business, she's so full of herself. And if pressure, loneliness, manipulation, coercion, and survival or emotional exhaustion ever push her into saying yes, then the very same society that pursued her will declare she had no character anyway. She was easy. She was a witch. Honestly, what exactly is a woman supposed to do? She says no and she is disgraced. She says yes and she is destroyed. What a beautifully designed trap we have created. In the film, Gupta ji follows Rekha, reaches her home, crosses boundaries. But what story does the colony tell? Rekha must have trapped him. This is less fiction and more reality. Every harassment story seems to follow the same blueprint: a powerful man, a blamed woman, a silent society. People often ask, why do even highly successful women stay in difficult relationships? Sometimes the answer isn't love. Sometimes the answer is survival. A symbolic man, extraordinary or utterly ordinary, sometimes all a woman needs is for this word to believe there is someone standing behind her. How tragic is it that a woman standing beside a mediocre man is sometimes granted more respect than a successful woman standing alone? Listen to that again, slowly. If an actress is single, powerful directors and producers begin to mistake professional access for personal entitlement. If a woman is in the corporate world, some seniors blur the line between mentorship and exploitation. Whether it is politics, schools, or bureaucracy, professions change, the pattern does not. The lesson remains the same. A woman is alone, then perhaps she is an easy target. My mother used to say, there should be a man in your life, even if only symbolically. The word does not let women live alone in peace. As a child, I thought this was patriarchal. Later, I understood. She wasn't endorsing patriarchy, she was describing its brutality. That is the tragedy. A mother has to pressure her daughter for this reality. If not for love, then at least for protection. So, what do women do? Sometimes a husband, sometimes a boyfriend, sometimes a fake boyfriend, sometimes a brother on speed dial, sometimes a wedding ring, a silent message that society understands. If you cross her, a man will intervene. Even in 2026. And then we proudly say, घर पे माँ बहन नहीं है क्या? Don't you have mother or sister at home? An interesting sentence, because even respect for women often arrives only when she is somebody's mother, somebody's sister, somebody's wife, somebody's daughter. But why is being a woman not enough to deserve respect? The truth is, we don't always respect women. We often respect their relationships with men. And women, this part is uncomfortable. If your husband is staring at another woman, obsessing over her, crossing boundaries, who becomes the villain? That woman, the witch, the homebreaker, the characterless one. Interesting, right? So men are helpless children enslaved by hormones, and women are witches? No. Sometimes the woman you hate is not your competition. She is also a victim of the same system that taught you to just adjust. In Ma Behan, the women of the colony judge Rekha. They call her a witch, and at night their own husbands dream about her. So, who's the villain here? Psychology has a term for this: displaced anger. The threat is felt in one place and the anger is directed somewhere else. After watching Ma Behan, my question is simple: why does a woman need a symbolic man just to secure basic peace? Why does a woman living alone become public property? And then we say society is civilized. We are not civilized. We are merely barbarians dressed in better clothes. And the thing we call culture, sometimes it's simply fear. Fear so deeply institutionalized that we have started mistaking it for normal.